So this is part 2. I hope you like it. So I go to world's most trusted source on everything and anything, and I look up, Mecca, and it sends me to Hajj. Hajj means pilgrimage to Mecca. Okay. Etymology. The term Hajj, Hebrew Hajj, means holiday. Comes transliterated Semitic root, which the Quran is supposed to be 100% Arabic. Now it says the present pattern of the Hajj established by Muhammad. However, according to the Quran, elements of the Hajj trace back to the time of Abraham. According to Islamic tradition, Abraham ordered God to leave his wife Hajara, you mean Hagar, and his son Ishmael alone in the desert. Hagar and Ishmael alone in the desert. This is true. This is part of the Bible. Alone in the desert of Mecca. That's not true. They were near Mecca. In search for water, Hagar desperately ran 7 times between 2 hills, Safa and Marwa. There's 2 barely hills there. I believe they had to make them man-made, but none found none. Returning in despair to Ishmael, she saw the baby scratching the ground, and with his leg, water fountain sprang forth underneath his foot. Later, Abraham was commanded to build the Kaaba, which he did with the help of Ishmael. The baby Ishmael in the Bible, it talks about him constructing a stone structure in southern Palestine at a place named Bethel. So a stone structure that's called the house of God. You see how they got this screwed up? But now we have an infant helping an elderly man build a structure around a spring, not, like a pump. Later, Abraham was commanded to build the Kaaba. I guess he did build this pump first, which he did with the help of Ishmael. Oh, sorry. And invite people to pilgrimage there. The Quran refers to these incidences in verses 2, Surah 2, Ayah 124 to 127, and Ayah 22, Surah 22, Ayah 27 through 30. It is said that the angel Gabriel brought the black stone from heaven to be attached to the Kaaba. Surah 2, Ayah 124 to 27, of course. And remember when the Lord, and remember in parentheses, when the Lord tried Abraham with, parentheses, his commands, and he fulfilled them. And he said, Lo, I have appointed a leader for mankind, in parentheses, Abraham said, and my offering, parentheses, will be their leaders, question mark. He said, made covenant includeth not wrongdoers. And when he made the house parentheses, at Mecca, a resort for mankind and a sanctuary saying, Can you see Mecca is in parentheses? It's not mentioned. It's not mentioned. It's not mentioned at Mecca at all. Let me go to the Noble Quran online. What did we say? 22. 22:27. Same translation, Pickthall. And proclaim unto mankind pilgrimage, and they will come the foot on every lean camel, and they will come from everywhere deep, from every deep ravine, that they may witness things that are benefit to them. Mention the name of Allah and on appointed days over beast and cattle, and hath bestowed upon them. Then eat thereof, and feedeth within the poor unfortunate. Then let them make an end to their unkemptness, and pay their vows, and go around the ancient house. That is, that parentheses is the command parentheses, and whosoever magnificence the sacred things of Allah, it will be for him a well sight in his Lord. The cattle are lawful to you, save that which hath been told you. So shun the filth of idols, and shun lying speech. Turning to Allah again, it doesn't say anything about the Kaaba, and Kaaba means cube in Arabic. It talks about this house, around the ancient house. So yeah, there's nothing about the Kaaba in there. But there is something extremely interesting about the Kaaba itself, because there were many Kaaba carved by the Hanif and the Rahmanites from living rock, and they were actual cubes, and sometimes they'd have inscriptions on them saying like Moshe hu Allah, Moses, or Moshe hu Muhammad, Moses is Muhammad, or Isa hu Allah, Jesus is Allah. But let me go back to Wikipedia to show you the foolishness of this all. You see the Kaaba, oh wow, it's ancient, it's built by Muhammad and all this stuff. Yeah. Hmm. Because, and I can't stress this enough, I want to read it straight from Wikipedia. The Quran is, or the Kaaba has been destroyed 8 times. One time by the Chromatins that stole the black stone, shattered it, and used it for a toilet for over 40 years. Mocking God, screaming, "Where are your cranes now to protect you?" And slaughtered all the pilgrims and shoved them in the well of Zamzam. But that's not the most striking thing that happened. Is it going to have it in here, or did everything get too politically correct? Okay, so a flood came in the 16th century, alright, and completely destroyed the Kaaba, alright? decimated it, destroyed it. The building that you see now, completely wiped out. So, the king at the time, or the regent, or the sultan, or the caliph, or whatever, in his great wisdom said, you know what? Screw it. What we're going to do is we're going to rebuild. But we're not going to use this cheap, crappy stone that we keep having to pile up. We're going to quarry all new stone, and throw away the old stuff, the old crap that Muhammad used to build with. We're going to junk all that, and we're going to quarry new stone so it fits like a glove. And they did. Now, imagine somebody doing that to Church Holy Sepulchre. I mean, it had to be done because the Turks actually burnt it down and took hammers to it and destroyed it. But nobody would touch Church Holy Sepulchre like that. Nobody would touch Stonehenge like that. Nobody would touch the Cave in the Nativity like that. Yeah, they dismantled completely, even uprooting the foundations, and set up a whole new Kaaba that was much larger than the ancient one, and had engraved marble on the inside that from quotes of the Quran that to this day don't match up because we have a 1924 Cairo edition. Yeah. So if anybody wants to say, well, the Kaaba is ancient, no, it's not. It's not even older than Shakespeare. I wonder if they stopped talking about the flood because it was pissing off too many Muslims. Because yeah, this is a huge thing, that the fact that the floodwaters just destroyed the hell out of it. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I don't think it's even mentioning it. That's how far the termites are crawling, huh? That's not the Kaaba of Muhammad or Ishmael. Ishmael never went that far south, but that's not the Kaaba of Abu al-Qasim. And okay, Mecca appears once in the Quran, and it's spelled with a B. It's Becca. You know where Becca is? It's a valley in the Levant. It's a valley in Lebanon that matches the flora and fauna of this. Remember running from peak to peak 7 times? How are you going to do that? Go to Mecca. Where are the peaks? How can you raise cattle? How can you have a vineyard there? How can you have an olive grove there? How can you have sheep? You can't. But in Lebanon and Palestine, trading hubs of the ancient world, the flora and fauna do not match modern day Mecca. And even the one time it says Mecca, it's actually Becca, which is in the Levant.